Hey, folks, I figured I'd just give a walkthrough of the 2020 New Year's display here. Hopefully, share with you some pointers. If you're going to be fusing your own fireworks, setting up a display, maybe some stuff and some tips you didn't. But, anyways, here's how I did it. So, you see, we've got a whole big assortment here of cakes and whatnot. All these cakes were laid out on a piece of plywood, and then I hot glued them to the 4x8 sheet just to, more stability. The plan is we're going to take this plywood and put it on a boat, like a little junky dinghy, and anchor it out in the lake for the shoot, And then these mortar racks here, which have a combination of the HDPE mortar tubes with some fiberglass tubes that came from some of these zombie artillery shell kits. Those will be set on shore and angled out to shoot over the lake, more safety and better reflections. So I'm using a remote detonating system. If you guys haven't seen these or don't yet have one, you might consider getting one. It's a great addition, and they're pretty inexpensive. So this is a 12-channel remote here, and it works off of a GP23A battery, like a little 12-volt battery you might see in a car alarm remote. And then this 12-channel setup has 3 of these 4-channel receivers. Each one of these takes 4 AA batteries, and you can fuse your fireworks to those 4 channels, giving you a total from this remote of 12 channels. Just a point on that now, I've found that each channel can fire. I've tested up to 4 of these little E-match igniters at once on one channel. So don't feel you're confined to igniting only one fuse, with each channel shot. 2 of them together probably is not a stretch at all. Again, like I said, I've put 4 of them together without any problem, and the batteries shot 4 of them. So also to the longevity of the batteries, like in my case, the boat is going out to the lake before the party. Yeah, I'm going to anchor it there, turn on the receivers, and then come back to shore to hang out, party, whatever, and then shoot it later when dark falls. I've left these things on overnight, and the next morning they would still fire the igniter. So you definitely have some longevity there. You don't have to worry about them going dead before your shoot goes off. So that's the detonation system. Now, the shells, it's good to keep like maybe a list of what you're going to shoot and what order you're going to shoot it here. And so I made a pretty haphazard list here, but you don't just want to shoot up a bunch of shots like and just have a big mess in the sky. It should have a cadence, like a song. You want it to like go up and maybe a few light things get backed up with a couple other like colorful things that build to a crescendo, and then boom, silence falls, and then it starts with some sparklers or something out of the side and comes at you strong again. So with that thought, I've got 12 different channels wired up with 8 different firing cues. So like on firing cue 7, several channels get shot off at that time. Okay, so 8 cues. The last cue is going to be a big crescendo of several mortar racks going off at once and some very loud salutes. I got these badass boom boom sticks here. So on the fusing, check this out, guys and gals. So I've got my E-match here. I just take some masking tape, to wrap my fusing to the E-match. You kind of stick it into the end of it, Here's the E-match, right? Any of you that used to play with model rocketry, you know what a model rocket igniter is? Let me get a focus. Sorry, folks, trying to get a focus here. Something like that. Inside there is the igniter, But I shoved the fuses inside there, and then I taped it up nice. So every fuse gets taped up. And take note of this. You want to fuse the way it burns, okay? So if I'm going to lay 2 fuses together, I'm going to lay them the way it's burning, not the other way. Because the other way, what would happen is it only gets one chance to light it, and then maybe the fuse burns in half, and the fire is gone. This way it'll burn alongside of it for the full duration of that distance, giving it more chance to ignite. So all the way around your racks, they're all fused in the same direction. And I tape them off to the side, just to keep everything stable so they don't jump around and get severed by, mortars when they launch. And then on this side, of course, they're coming around again. the fuse is still going the direction it burns, you know, so it's coming around here, and it terminates. When these two racks are placed out there by the edge of the lake, we'll connect these fuses together, and this one E-match will light both. Yeah. Here's a bunch more racks here that are fused. You could also, like, these are fused sequentially, so they'll burn around the perimeter. Think about this. You could run the fuse down the middle if you wished, and then it would pop off 2 shells at once. Boom, 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 boom. If you had some quick fuse, like this fuse here, this green stuff burns about 20 seconds per foot. Quick fuse burns like maybe 1 second, 2 seconds a foot. So if you ran it with quick fuse, the whole rack would ignite almost simultaneously. Just a point there. You know, for example, like these 8 cakes here, they're wired sequentially. So when they ignite, the fuse starts burning around the perimeter of them, and it lights them one after the other. Each cake burns for around 20 seconds. So as one goes out, the next will be starting, and so on. These cakes over here are wired in tandem pairs. So the fuse burns through them, and it'll light these 2, then these 2, then these 2, and so on. So, you know, just think about how you want your stuff to go off. Combine some big stuff with some small stuff. And have fun with it, you know. If you get really advanced, you can start to choreograph your shoot with music. You know, that's some next level stuff right there. One small pointer too, these cakes that have angled tubes, I call them zipper cakes because they ignite very fast, like zzz, 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 but they're directional, you see? So they'll make like a fan effect in the sky. And you want to have those facing, like if I was the spectator, I'd want to be like this. So the fan goes left to right. If you were looking at it like this, you would just see like a column of fire in the sky that would be going back and forth, you know, sort of along the axis you're looking, and you couldn't really get the full effect. So you want to take a little bit of attention to positioning if your cakes have angled rather than just straight up 90-degree tubes. Hey, one last thing. Hey, the mortar racks. Look, this is a really easy thing to make yourself. I know they sell them online, but I just took some OSB, you know, nailed it together with some 1x material and made these racks. You know, once you get the dimension of your tubes, which you can buy these online or scavenge these from your mortar kits if you had a lot of kits. Once you know the dimension of your tubes, you know how big to make it. I just screwed some cheapy little handles on the side here and made some of those, you know. So cool. Have a safe shoot and, you know, have fun. Blow it up. Show off your neighbors.